Hey everyone, it's Debbie again, and I am recording today for cheerleaderhairpieces.com. And what I want to do today is a quick tutorial on how to get her or your athlete's hair up into a bun ready to attach any of the hair pieces. So first thing I'd say is if you have straight hair like Caitlin, you can start with it like this, you're fine. If you have very curly hair, I would say flat iron it first before you try to get it up, because you've got to get it up into a nice slick bun. So I want to start with this a little bit sideways so you can see what I'm doing. First I start with just brushing it, just to get it up where I want it. Now in the previous videos you'll see with each hairstyle where I like the bun to be. Some buns I want to be standing right behind the back of her ear. Some buns I want to be more forward on her head, and that'll be at the front of her ears. So once I start getting this up to where I want it, now I'm going to start adding product, because I want to be able to slick this and make this as slick of a bun as I can before I put the hairpiece on. I like using a spray gel. You can also use a pomade or a wax. Some people just use a regular gel. I just like the spray gel because it's easy for me to do, and I don't have to stick my hand in a big goopy thing of gel. So I use a regular wet brush first to get all her hair up where I want it. Then I'm going to start going around again with the gel, and I'm going to trade brushes, and I like using a bristle brush, and the particular one I like using is a teasing brush. They have teasing brushes and teasing combs. Teasing brush is basically really tight bristled brush that are stiff. There's actually a gray one that I like a little bit better, but this is the one I'm using today. So I can't find my gray one. It's probably in my other hair bag. So I'm going to start pulling this hair and making it nice and slick. I'm going to give it another spray of the gel. The gel not only helps me texturize the hair so I can get it up and get rid of the flyaways, it also gives it a nice little shine. And it looks great. And it smells really good too. So I'm going to keep pulling up until I get all my little hairs up where I want them. I'm going to come back and I'm going to use a really sticky hairspray. I do like using Freeze It if this is their Mega Freeze Extreme Hold. It's very sticky. It will hold anything, and it's got a great shine to it too. So I'm going to start adding the hairspray here. This is also going to help me with any flyaways. You want to work on this base first and get it nice and slick without the flyaways before you attach your hairpiece, because then you don't have to go back and touch it again. You have a good base, your hairpiece is going to stay on perfectly. All right. So this is nice and tight on top of her head. I have one piece here that's bubbling, so I'll come back and look. I see a few flyaways, so I'll probably add a little bit more hairspray here. And remember, with your hairpiece, your back doesn't have to be super perfect because your hairpiece is covering a lot of it, but boy, your front and your sides needs to be. Like any of the other videos, I will always use a brand new scrunchie. I do like the Goody Ouchless ones. I don't want one that's already loosened because it's been used and stretched. And I'm just going to put this on. I do this 3 or 4 times depending on how tight this is. And now I'm going to pull tight. Now go ahead and step forward. Now this is where I can look here and say, am I happy with it, everything that's slicked here? I can come back around, add a little bit more hairspray or gel, use my bristle brush, my teasing brush, to get these pieces back where I want them. Now, for the bun, I'm going to turn her sideways so you can see. There's really nothing fancy about a bun that I'm going to do. There's 2 that I do. My most common one that I do all the time for her is the knot bun. All I'm doing is twisting the hair into a knot like this. And as I'm twisting, you're going to feel this hair start wanting to curl down. So I'll go ahead and curl it down. I'm going to do it again. I let go of it. It's going to start curling down because of how tight I'm pulling it. I'm going to go around it and around again at the bottom. And you'll notice now I have this little bun here. It doesn't need to look great, it just needs to be nice and tight. Now again, I'm going to use a new elastic and I'm going to anchor this bun by putting it around 2, if not 3 times if I can. Yeah, I can get this around 3. Now, turn forward. This is just a simple knot bun. This knot bun now I can attach my hairpiece to and it's not going to go anywhere. Now, another bun style that some of my other parents will do, or I have to do on their kid, is especially if they have longer hair, I will braid the ponytail first and then twist it around. So I'm going to do a really quick braid, and remember, it doesn't matter what it looks like because nobody's seeing the inside. What matters is that it's anchored nice and tight to the head, so when the hairpiece goes on, it will stay. So I'm just going to do a really quick braid. My daughter's hair isn't too long, so I really don't need to do this with hers, but she has a few teammates that have a really long hair, and they braid it first. A nice tight rubber band on it. And then they're going to circle this braid and they're just going to pull it around into a circle. Tuck the other pieces underneath and secure it. Again, what's important is that everything's tight and not loose. Go ahead and do forward. And then we're ready to attach the hair. So in just a minute, I'll show you how we're going to attach some hair. If you have any questions, I do like using the Freeze It. You can also use the 1x50 that you can also get at cheerleaderhairpieces.com. And I'll be back in another video in a few minutes and do an attachment of Charmed. Thanks and have a great night, guys.